And then now, before we released the song, I left Homeboys. And how I left Homeboys, I just woke up late and it felt good.
At what?
Yes.
You woke up late and it felt
good. Yes.
So you went and told them?
I didn't tell. I just didn't go
no
to work anymore. Yes.
Kutoka leo?
Yes.
They must have been angry.
They were. I understand they were.
Yes.
Yeah. After 1 month, wakanicall. Wewe unarudi? I felt so good. Like, I think...
Why? What was it? Is it that you felt the time had come to an end?
There's something that...
Why did you go at least to tell them and just tell them, hey guys?
I don't know. I think it's just weird.
Would you say you were immature on that?
I would say I was, but...
At that time it felt...
You know, there's one thing that Pastor Pete Odera, he was also very significant in how I create my decisions. I really wanted to leave Homeboys. But not like leave Homeboys, because I think I was doing the same thing and stuff. And maybe that season had already ended, what I thought. And then Pastor Pete asked me, do you want to leave Homeboys? I said, you're not ready. When you are ready, even your spirit will be convinced. And that day when I woke up late, at, I think like at 9 o'clock, and I felt so good. I even went back to sleep and woke up at 11:30. I was like, man, I'm not going to be employed anymore.
Oh, that season had come to an end.
That season had come to an end.
Okay, I understand.
Now there was now a challenge. I have no studio at all. Where are my people going to record? And what does that mean to the relationships that I'd already worked on? At that time also, I had met Kambua.
Yes.
Before I left Homeboys, because there was a project she was doing, and then now we became friends. Then we were doing another project.
Had you recorded with her anything at Homeboys?
We had already started working on projects. Even usiku na mchana nilikuwa tayari nishaanza beat huko.
So you're not the one who did Kambua and Jimmy Gate?
Holiday?
Yeah.
That's Jay Blessing actually who did that song.
Produced?
Yes.
Like the music?
Yes.
Not the video?
Yes. Jay Blessing is a producer boss.
Oh, okay. By the way, tuko na story ya Jay Blessing.
Okay,
So Usiku na Mchana was the first song that you started working with Kambua?
With Kambua, official song. So venye nili quit job, there's a student that I had taught, alikuwa amefungua studio. Nikamwambia, by the way, mi sasa sina studio, unaweza mind nikam ni record hapa? This guy is like, fine. So I went there first. The second time he said, my sessions are broke sessions. So I'm not supposed to go there if I don't have money. And I remember telling God, I'm never going to... Naeza quit actually. Naeza quit production because I don't have a studio. After 2 weeks, there's a guy who called me. Saint, I'm very, very sorry, man. I know it has taken long, but your check is ready. Yani niko na check yako hapo, kuja uchukue. It was a project I had done like 2 years before.
That's funny.
2 years before. Ili come during those times. So hiyo nikapata computer. I bought my computer cash. In fact, hata nilienda hapo nikamwambia mimi niko na 100,000 na nataka laptop. The laptop was 130,000. Walinipea na deni. Nilikuwa nimepray that Mac, you know, Mac. So I bought my comp cash, nikanunua sound card unit that was 35,000 that had a microphone na nini. Nikanunua stand, nini, vitu kama hizo. So I had a studio in the house. But now the challenge is, I had not started recording because now the perception I had at Homeboys was you needed to have, you know,
a booth, a mic, a mixer.
So this time, I don't know how I met Mr. Googs. I think there's a beat I created, Mr. Googs. And then he came to visit me. When he came to visit me, akanambia, why should we go for another studio? See, do you have those things? It's like, yes, I have those things. Yes, let's record. So I used my bedroom to record.
Send easy. Straight up, man, you know. Slim shots, yeah, me well, brother. Christianity snuck them, brother. You putting on your better know right there, brother, man. Christianity snow teeth, brother. Snow skin color, the who floss other. Far removed from your road street grammar. Mr. Gooks me back again to tell them straight. Christianity snowed in the groove. A word in your hand, boys, not how you look. Riding all around, sing that you. The girls, them lollipop, sing on you. You need to understand Christianity. Tell them say this thing you swear past what you feel. Listen no, boy, this is more than a Sunday treat. Get in this world, get this light and see. Christianity snowed in the big suits, briefcase, lean fest, sharp pointed snake boots. You're not one cause you're carrying a big Bible.
So you already had these things, but then you wanted to go to another studio.
Yes, so I was going to another studio, record, then come mix. And then also remember that time there was Alan T that I think I'd forgotten. Alan T was a presenter at Homeboys, and he was also an artist, and we had a group called SPAT.
Yes,
and then we started recording house tracks.
Yes.
And people were like, so when we go for performances, I say,
yes, you were in another group.
Yes, I was in a group called SPT, so Saint P and Alan T. So now the songs you recorded, we actually kind of like doing like an album or something. So
because Alan T was also gospel and he was in Homeboys. He was one of the
presenters.
Fact, he was a presenter on Homeboys.
Yes, on Homeboys, not on Power Radio.
Not on Power Radio.
Yes. Yeah. So now because also we started the friendship, nilianza kumrekodia songs zake, but then we realized we are meeting at the same place, so why don't we do songs together? So we did a lot of songs. We didn't get to release all because now he got married and then left for US. But also that one was a really nice experience because the music we were doing was experimental.
Yeah, we're celebrating because the Lord is good. SPAT, we're about to make this a Holy Ghost party.
I got my friends and we're going to this party to praise, marking the one and only Jesus, and it's so great. We got our hands in the air, praising like we don't care. We got the presence of the Lord in every corner. We are into worship, we into praising. I gotta check my troubles and I lift my Jesus.
It's a Holy Ghost party. We celebrating, we celebrating. Party. We celebrating, we celebrating, we celebrating, we celebrating, we celebrating. We are praising in this party. We celebrating, we celebrating in this party.
Everybody on the floor, we be praising all night long. If you didn't know, now you know. It's a celebration, yo. Go left, right, side to side. Take it to the front and turn it around. Show the devil we run this town. It can never put us down. Everybody who's on the floor, come let's praise him all night long. If you didn't know, now you know. It's a celebration, yo.
We celebrating.
So I record Mr. Googs, I mix the song, it's nice. Now I have a studio.
What song from Mr. Googs did you record?
I've forgotten. You'll see it. But that one changed everything. It's like, oh, so you can record in a room and you don't need A, B, C, D, F, G. Pap.
Governors in control. Everywhere I go, Jesus in my heart and my soul. Put your hand up in the air. Jesus everywhere I go. If you preach him everywhere. Jesus in the music, Jesus in the newsweek, Jesus in your prophet and your limit can't lose. Listen to me, Kifa, Siba and Sue. Jesus is the only one whose love is true. Jesus is the reason that me shine and glitter. Number one, me trending on Facebook and Twitter. Skis the tune that me burst like fever. Killer, giant tune you can heal. Jesus in my heart and my soul. The world is in control. Jesus everywhere I go. Everywhere I go. Jesus in my heart and my soul. The world is in control. Jesus everywhere I go. Everywhere I go. Jesus in me mindset, Jesus in me mindset, Jesus in me more than tongues, so that man translates. Jesus in me heartbeat, you can hear me patriot louder than the fear in the ear that's hydrate. Jesus in me cyber, motor this bike us. Jesus in your love with the ones who don't like us. Jesus in task is knock McNivers, hands in the air, God's people show your light us. Jesus in your moves, Jesus in your swag, Jesus in humility, we make no brag. Him so addictive in my system than your drag. If not mention him in your tune, don't tag. Jesus in my heart and my soul. The world is in control. Jesus everywhere I go. Everywhere I go. Jesus in my heart.
I don't care. Record mkwende huko na hizo ma studio zenu. So I started recording from home. So recording from home, Kambua now comes in. We record usiku. Kwanza we recorded bado nasimama.
She went sort of video for that one.
Yeah, she did a video na nini na.
Is it reggae?
Yes, reggae.
That for me is Kambua's best song. I remember.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so, in fact, I remember calling her to come and perform, and I told her, hey, here you have to come and perform. Telling her to come and perform at Mavuno. Yeah. Telling her you have to come and perform Bado Nasimama.
Wow. So that's what she had done it with another person, but haikuwa nini. So she came in and we redid the whole song. We created the beat. We recorded actually to carry record.
Nice.
Then tukaunda paka beat.
Yes.
Tena.
Yeah.
Then now we released the song. Then all of a sudden, now from my bedroom studio,
yes.
Then it's out.
Okay.
Then I wrote Bado Nasimama.
Okay, Bado Nasimama. Now let's talk about that.
I wrote Bado Nasimama. I recorded it with Saint P. And then and I had met Saint P years before when I was doing voiceovers at Homeboys. So this, Saint P and I started working on music. This is one of the songs. We went and shot it. We shot it first with J Blessing, and then it never saw light of day.
Blessing tutaongea juu ya hiyo story.
We are good now. We made peace. So I ended up going back to, I looked for Lucas. Yeah? And Lucas had this brilliant young man called Alfie who was working for him. Alfie was shooting really good videos. Can I Lucas listen to the song? Okay, Alfie, here we go. He ran with it and he gave me a really, really good video.
Bado nasimama, bado naendelea, bado najikaza, nifike kule. Bado nasimama, bado naendelea, bado najikaza, nifike kule. Bila neema na rehema zako kuwa bure. Kwa wema wako kanisimamisha, na imani yangu ukaiweka salama. Kama si wewe, mwamba wa wokovu wangu, nisingeweza, ningeangamia. Bado nasimama, bado
At that time, Kambua is married, so I'm like, wow, if a married woman can come and record in my bedroom, mukwende huko na studio zenu. So that was like, So that time now, there was this guy called Kaileta. So Kaileta.
But also, let me say this.
Yeah.
Your mixes and masters are so good. In fact, I was telling Derek, the guy who helps me shoot these videos, we're having a conversation. We're like, with you, it's not about your end product. People can think you have a studio that is worth $1 million. And at the end of the day, it's all about that punch. Can you hear the kick? Are the tweeters right? Is the vocals properly arranged?
Yes.
I think you honestly have a gift for not just creating a good song, but mixing and mastering a good song.
I thank God, man. I really thank God.
Nakupatia masikio.
Yeah. Nashukuru.
So anyway, so go on. So now
K-Letter now comes. I don't know how we met with K-Letter, but now he wanted to do a song and he wanted to feature a lady. That time, when I was at Homeboys, there was a lady who was called Amina, who was a vocalist mnoma. Alikuwa vocalist mwingine mnoma. So nikamwambia, I don't know any chick that sings that can sing mwenye anaweza agree ku nini, but I know Amina. I think she can jump on the song. So now we do a song called Paint the Town Red. And that song was shot by a guy called who is this guy? Macharia. Macharia. A video, he does it for 500,000 shillings.
What?
But value yake, if he does a video for 100k, amekufanyia bure. But I think that one was also a very
hold on, when you talk about Amina, are you talking about Amina Rabana?
Yes. She is a very good vocalist.
Yeah, Amina even sang on Octopizzo's song.
Yes.
So something. Not anyway.
So fly or so high or something. Yes.
Not the one by Sage, but the other one. There's one that she
yes,
sang.
I know. Yeah.
I've forgotten what it was. Anyway, it's this one.
Series the official like a visitor uongo kaza media bustle like cute ladies, but they must be cute, sweet, sugarific kama Lupiter. Hey.
Oh, this is swag music. Oh, this is swag music. Oh, swag. Oh, this is swag music. Right, this is swag music.
Amina even is a musician. She sung on AY. No, that young boy who's been secular. Even was on Coke Studio. AJ or A something.
Yes, I know that kid. In fact, during that time I was at Homeboys, we did. Now I met JA.
Yes.
Yes, I met JA. So JA kind of like became a project that I was doing with DJ Hassan. So it's like DJ Hassan is like, yo mazem bro wangu aongeangi sana, but JA was a beast. He was a beast. So it's kind of like I left Homeboys with kind of like enough support system and enough networks. I'm still working with JA. Then K-Letter comes in, we do Paint the Town Red. So now wasekila sasa wako zile za kuna Senator St. P so sikumbe si wa gospel peke yake. So Paint the Town Red goes ikakuwa bigi.
Amina, K-Letter. What's about that time? Call Keisha and let's Gwenda. It's the ender, the calendar. Let's make this a night to remember. For boss man, no overtime. It's 5 p.m. I came in at 9. What's driving me crazy? Borderline. So you know it's that time. Tonight it's local la vida. Hands up, Chiki actually a shida. Let's go, serious. Tonight we put the town with period.
All my girls, you should call your group. Let's go and have some fun. You know how we do. DJ, turn it up on the ones and twos, so we can party till the break of dawn. Let's paint the town red, red, red. Let's paint the town red.
Work hard, play hard, that's the slogan. You're on the wrong channel, get with the program. Stress to that, we wave bye-bye.
Then we did another song called 2x2 na K-Letter. At that time, we were doing a song called Gelo. So there's something that I had pushed to start, and it was songs that were like 118 kwenda juu. And I remember when I started that, I started with Tikolo. Guys were like, Kenyans are not there yet. People were at 100. Tempo like. So it will be very, very hard. But also at that time, I had seen the influence of Nigerian music, and I realized that I think for me to kind of like be different, I'm going to have an opportunity to also penetrate that market, because yes, they will play Wizkid and then they will play my 118 kind of like BPM.
Yes.
So with JA we did
beats per minute.
Yes, beats per minute. So we do Kina Gelo and things like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me see your hands in the air. Wave them all around like you just don't care. Everybody get on your feet. Slide with your boy, dance to the beat. Okay, it's another one. J.A. on the beat and the time to front. I feel it fly like a little blunt. I remain a daredevil like I'm in a stunts. Oh no, I'm about to kill a beat. I got the recipe to get you moving your feet. Never accepted defeat. All I do is serve rappers and me back a receipt. I'm so goofy, must be the love of me getting from all the groupies. Now they know the kid got the touch and I ain't never letting go. Let me see your hands in the air, wave them all around like you just don't care. Everybody get on your feet, slide with your boy, dance to the beat. Get low, everybody in the club, get low, get low, get low. Everybody in the club, get low. To the side, to the side. Everybody in the club, to the side, to the side, to the side. Everybody in the club, to the side. I wanna see y'all up on the floor. Buy another bottle, drink some more. So many ladies looking hot. Swag so amazing, believe it or not. Ayy, they're killing it, that's a crime. Somebody call the cops, they should pay the fine. It's heating up like a boiling pot. This girl's got me feeling like she tired of not. No, I'm still young, I'm living my life. I gotta stay single, I don't need a wife for me. I'm just saying, the time ain't right, but I wouldn't mind.
And also because most of the songs that I did, the videos were also amazing.
So at this time, now you have your own studio and that is how you're feeding yourself.
Yes. And I'm paying rent, and I remember I'm supporting home.
Ooh.
And let's say I don't have a job, but also at that time I remember
Corporate
when I
jobs.
left, yes, when I left Homeboys, there's this project that I was given kitambo. I was just given maybe because somehow na feel ni kama hiyo project haikuwa very serious. So they're like, patia huyu mse ya XYZ.
Whoa.
Yes, so when XYZ started, I was
XYZ,
the sound
the TV
guy
show.
there, the TV show. I was the guy there. So we did the first season and the second season. So when I left Homeboys, at that time, me sijui, mi nimeachana na Homeboys. Then they're like, but they're saying, we found out that okay, we are not going to record at Homeboys anymore because recording at Homeboys and shooting and maybe there'll be changes ni tricky. We are going to be recording at Ketable. So nshatoka Homeboys. So akanambia, if you are still interested, you can
do this project.
You can do this project because we can't change
the producer
na vitu ka hizo. Remember at that time also
so let's in fact this is a really good segment to slightly move away from music and talk about this other kind of shoots that you are doing.
Yeah.
So this, I mean, music projects that you're doing. So this, now you've moved away from production per se of music. You're now in, what does it mean? What were you doing for XYZ?
So I was recording sound, just recording sound, because it was a puppet show. You needed actors to come record, voice actors to come record, and then now puppets now manipulate, you know, the puppets with their hands as they are following the voice that you had recorded. I didn't understand the process yet, but when this project was put on my lap, I was like, okay, I will actually do it. It's still the same process, because sound, it's linear. Whether you're doing film or you're doing music, it's still the same. Is it clear? Is the take okay? And things like that. At that time also, remember when I left Homeboys, my granddad told me, the granddad had, at that time alikuwa nasikia nachora. Then akaniuliza, you know, I had your drawing, you're doing good houses and you've never gone to college. I was like, yo man, I don't have to. Akanambia, there's one challenge with that philosophy. You're useful, but you're useless. Because if msea kama kwambie nataka tu certificate ya kuchora, certificate tu from a pathetic college and 6 months experience, you have 10 years experience, but you don't even have that certificate, you will not get this job. And he told me even how himself, my granddad got a scholarship to go to Canada na hakuwahi ku step in any college or any school at all. He used to do exams. Yeah. So I was like, that thing now when I was at Homeboys, I was like, kuna kitu moja yenye God alinishow, aliniambia. At that time I had recorded everyone that I wanted to record. Then God tells me, do you know this thing whereby people say, yani me, I don't want to die until I go to America. Then you go to America. Then now God comes in, okay, but there I come for your promise you said. So God starts telling me, what if you had said, you don't want to die until you record ABCD. I had done that in 2 years. What if I had come to you now, nikwambie boss, twende. So kanambia, have a vision that evolves. You get have a vision that evolves. So me too niko zile za so what's the next vision? Music, I don't think I've learned whatever that I have to learn, so I went to Nairobi Institute of Technology because I wanted to do architecture. But so I wanted part-time. I remember the teacher that I met him there, he really discouraged me, by the way. He said, you know what, when you are serious about running, you will now come and read. But right now you are not even serious. How can you work and then do architecture? I was like, but I even went with my plans. I've drawn this. This is me. He's like, we don't do part-time here. You go work, then when you are done working, you come. I really need this. Like, in fact, I went there, I had already prayed because I was like, in the morning, I do homeboys, then sanane, I go for architecture, then nimalize. Like I came in, I was so discouraged. Then God told me that, have a vision that evolves. I was already working at XYZ, they are shooting, so film. And then I was also very passionate about film. I had already started doing, soundtracks for, there's this friend of mine who had done a series called Demigods. It's called but alinipatia pia opportunity ya kuwork on the score. The score, yeah, for his show. So I was like, okay, so I'll enroll, and went to this college, KIMC, and enrolled as a film student there. So XYZ, then session, then jioni, school, XYZ. But sasa, there's one thing that I hated. You know, I'm passionate about film, but people are learning TV. So I was saying, I don't want to be working at TV. I want to work in film. So any exercise you give me, like, I was always expressing my opinion, and it led me to be, I was actually, walinifukuza kabisa. Yes, walinifukuza kabisa shule.
You were kicked out?
Yes. I was kicked out. Because I was like,
you are questioning the structure of what you are learning.
Of course. Like, you can't tell me, okay, I was saying this, and this is my explanation, like, kwa ofisi ya huyo HOD kulikuwa na movies zenye zimewin Oscar. You know, from 1940s, what. So my thinking was, okay, fine. It's good also for us to see what the students in the school have done. But what the heck is that chart significant if we don't even know what the third man film looks like? Bring those film. This film won actor, best actor. Bring those film. We see, why was he given best actor? Why was he the best director? But now if you give me a pathetic film done by a student who was also learning, and you want me to watch it and not have an opinion about it, it's if you show these movies again, I'll be leaving class because you're wasting my time. Kai, lakini I was savage. So nikafukuzwa. So things happen, but God pia kanambia, it's okay. You don't have to fight, for that. So now I went totally now to XYZ. At that time, I would also tell God, if you help me get money for my rent and take care of home, I won't mind a lot about artist hajanilipa 5k yangu, artist hajanilipa, because not every artist had money. Yeah. So XYZ now became like now the financier of my life.
You're okay.
Yes, I was okay. And through that now, I managed now to learn things, how to direct voiceover artists, how this is done. And then now they were like, okay, Saint, we thought we also need you to be part of, when we are shooting, I also want you to be part of
the cast.
That, yeah, no, not the cast. Okay, I was actually also acting, but sound guy on set.
Oh.
So that experience now helped me know how.
In film?
Yes, I was actually in film. Now the director is directing, the actors who are the puppeteers are, the set design is being built, was our light, and it was top notch. And then now it even won, the Avrim. Is it Avrim one in EO, like, the African award it got? Yeah. Like, it was actually, now it started being called the award-winning show. And even through that, I knew how to script. And I even knew characters, because sometimes when a character comes in, I'm like, this is not how Kibaki will say it, or this is not how Moi will say, or this is not how. So that one also now helped me become part of the process. So it's true, nilifukuzwa shule, But every knowledge that I was learning, like I was learning in school for, I now started getting it firsthand. So even during the time you're scripting, I'm there, they're creating ideas. Okay, what happened? This happened. So they create stories and everything. So I started learning from there. At that time, I also wanted to shoot, but now, sina mtu wa kuscript. So through the scripting format I learned from XYZ, and also me downloading script and reading them, now I started creating my own story. So my own stories now. Now I started writing my own scripts, and then I wanted to shoot so bad. So I'm like, I liked this radio presenter, producer, sijui what director, script writer, what. Then remember that time I'm still working on my studio, you know, and this is where now there's a time, I think remember I had been nominated for Groove.
In fact, I was going to ask you that just now.
So Groove from 2010 nimekuwa nominated, no win, and then they were saying the challenge with you are not gospel enough. Because you're working with secular artists, you get. So 2016, I remember 2015, I did so much work.
Yeah, but like who?
Ngori. Yes.
Moji.
No, Kelele.
Kelele takatifu.
Itakuwa Ngori, Bamba Mbaya, some more.
Yes, hey, riba bang bang bang. Kelele tak tang bang.
Say we that beat.
Itakuwa Ngori. Bila Yesu itakuwa Ngori. Itakuwa Ngori. Mwisho wa story. Itakuwa Ngori. Bila Yesu itakuwa Ngori. Itakuwa Ngori. Mwisho wa story.
Ananishangaza nasema ulala, kumsifu kazi hakuna kulala, amenipa mavazi na chakula la, niko fresh, niko fridge, niko kulala. Asikari ya majeshi ya maue raia, tumekubaliana devil is a liar. Bila Yesu mambo Ngori, mambo iko mbaya. Nika safari bila visa ya kufika Ulaya. Hii siyo movie kaya Peter Pan, nafuata Yesu pia if Peter can. Kila mtu sifu Mungu hata Peter can. Nani mimi didi hapa, but I think I'm done.
Itakuwa Ngori. Bila Yesu itakuwa Ngori. Itakuwa Ngori. Mwisho wa story. Itakuwa Ngori. Bila Yesu itakuwa Ngori. Itakuwa Ngori. Mwisho wa story. Lord mercy. Kelele takang bang. 10 peasy again. Yeah, dan aya bang one time. Everybody bang 2 time. Aya gang 3 time. Yeah man.
Say we that beat.
Nimeokoka na inanibamba mbaya. Yesu ananibamba mbaya. Ananibamba mbaya. Bamba mbaya. Nimeokoka na inanibamba mbaya. Yesu ananibamba mbaya. Ananibamba mbaya. Bamba mbaya. Bamba hey. Ananibamba mbaya. Ananibamba mbaya. Come again. Bamba ananibamba mbaya. Ananibamba mbaya. Shetani nyenye bubu, ninakukanyaga kama mdudu. Yesu akisema mina dudu, kazi tu kujibamba na kuabudu. Salabani yakabaini, yendo mso wengine joni taini. Mambo yake laini kama ini, ameningarisha niko shaini. Horera. Oh God, kwake niko easy, no rush. Yesu anipenda, yes me know that. Can't wait for Sunday so me go church. Oh God, nimeokoka na inanibamba mbaya. Yesu ananibamba mbaya. Ananibamba mbaya. Bamba mbaya. Nimeokoka na inanibamba mbaya. Yesu ananibamba mbaya. Ananibamba mbaya. Bamba mbaya.
You know, at that time also, Elani had done a song na Chikwaza called Nimwabudu Nani. I think that was in 2014 or 2015. And then now, Chikwaza was told to which producer. Actually, Elani asked which producer is very good with gospel. Then the suggestion were, the only producer that we know that is good is Saint P. So now Elani called me. At that time, you know, Elani had done Milele. Boss, wameua. So Maureen calls me, hi Saint. You know, they are very amazing. Hi Saint, what? Oh, there's this guy we are trying to sponsor. Nini. So they came. Chikwaza was doing a song na Elani. So now that's when now I met Pinye and kina Brayo na Maureen na nani Wambiz. So we became very, very good friends. Then an opportunity comes.
So you recorded for them that song?
Yes, it was really cool by the way. Ilikuwa poa sana. And also another thing, you know, Elani now come from a background of music yao ni serious. It's one dimension. Serious. Voices, harmonies. And then nawambia, you know me, by the way, me I don't care about those things. Me, I'm different. Me, I'm the 80% that don't care. You get, so we did an upbeat, nini. We released the song. So 2015.
Also, you recorded for Elani after Chikwaza? You recorded
No. So Chikwaza, sio hiyo song walikuwa pamoja.
Yes.
So 2015, Elani meets Chameleon. It's like, yo, you know, kuna kitu fulani Nigeria fulani alisema. Kenyan artists, Kenyans and Nigerian artists, they are all the same, but Nigerians work harder. So Chameleon listens to Kina Elani sing. They're like, we are recording now.
Yeah, but Chameleon is Ugandan.
Yes, but it's the same thing.
It's the same mentality.
Those ones are like it's now.
Yeah.
You get. So studio gani? What studio? Which studio? They call for studios because you know this is Chameleon.
Yes, of course.
So you can't take him to Studio St. Pierre and record kwa room. You get. But these guys, they were not available. So Wambis calls me. It's like, yo, maze kuna chance to me get. So nimetoka XYZ like 9:30. I had a crazy headache. Then venye nimefika tu hivi, Wambiza ananiambia just carry your lap, you carry everything. You come with it at this place. Nikatoka manze. I didn't know. I go there kwanza. Naona ni Chameleon. We panic mode. Shikes, okay, what am I gonna do? So it's like, okay. Sing that song. Hey, baze bada niko zile za shakes. Okay, what am I gonna do? So I'm starting, and then you know Chameleon also is also hands-on because he doesn't know me. That you see, people will know my work, but they don't know you. They don't know me as Saint. So we start working. You know, he records all his verses. We recorded Darling in a hotel room. Yeah. Then nikakam na nini tukamix song ikatoka, Musyoka mixed it. And then exploded. My tag was there. Yeah. Hey, I was happy.
Certified, verified, qualified. It's a tune that we call up. Elani Chameleon, yes, a different combination of a stand out. Africa love you, you know I need you.
You're my darling, dancing on a mama.
To
Then now guys are like, oh, so Saint, kwa hivyo Saint, is that because people don't know what I'm able to do and what I'm not able to do, because sometimes everything depends on the artists you meet. So we did Darling. Darling was huge. I know there are some couple of songs we did, secular songs too, but siezi jua ni gani because ni mob. Yeah. Then 2015 is when now I worked on a lot of gospel songs.
Like which ones?
Okay, Ngori. there was Ngori, Bambambaya, some more. I know I had 8 songs on that nomination list.
On the Groove Award
nomination list, yes. 8 songs. Not 8 nominations.
8 different songs.
Yes.
Okay.
So they didn't have a choice.
They had to call
after 6 years, like, okay, Saint umeshinda. But also for me, I'm not this. So you know my character. Me, I'm not that. No.
He is no stranger to the Kenyan gospel scene, and his work is suddenly music to our ears.
When it comes to production, he's always open-minded. And he'll give you many ideas that you never expect. Up to now, venye hata mi sound yangu venye ina develop, ideas zingine nimepata kwake.
Sometimes in music it's hard to get those kind of guys where you can call him and whether it's about music or anything else. So we've become good friends and I consider him a brother. Ule mse mwenye nikakuwa na travel man, naanza mwambia bro, niangalilie nyumba nimetravel kidogo and I trust him that much,
Known to have a passion for the mad science that is sound, this man commands respect in both the secular and gospel circles.
I come from a background where the guys I work with on the daily, they're not Christian guys, they're secular artists. And this guy is a huge challenge to me. Like the way he relates with guys he works with who are not born again, and the way he's able to keep his stand is amazing. And when you hang out with him when he's working on this project, you can see the amount of respect they have for him. And you can also see the influence he has on their lives. He's that kind of a guy. He understands himself, he understands his stand with God, and he understands his purpose in life.
He's such a hard-working man, and his work ethic does not respect illnesses, does not respect tiredness. If the job needs to be done, he'll do it. I have been in sessions with him where he's so sick he can't stand, but he'll still kneel and make me the dopest track I've ever heard.
Famed for his consistency and a deepening love for God, it is befitting to honor this man for his work in 2015, having brought to our attention works such as Ngori, Wave, 5 Stones, some more among others. And his industry colleagues are in agreement.
Well, as a producer, I'm so glad and honored to be presenting this award. The audio producer of the year is Saint P.
Step in the place we take over.
Jamaica back to Africa. Omar rich here from the boat. Tell them we are not push over. I did every we are run over. We them look at the bad order. We no fear who are over. Enemy can get kick over. Everybody does wave, you want to know, wave, you want to know, wave, you want to know, shout.
Buenas Sphere. What? Okay. I always wondered how it felt to be up here. And first of all, I want to give all thanks and glory to God. Also, I want to thank the Groove faculty for this. I'm so honored and humbled. And also for the amazing artists that I've worked with. I thank you so much because you guys have given me the opportunity to work on something that it's an opportunity, it's a God-given opportunity. I want to thank each and every person. I want to thank DJ Moz. I remember the first time he listened to my songs, he said they were bad, which yeah, they were. But it also challenged me to become who I am. What I would like to tell each and every one of you is that always don't lose hope. There is a God and yeah, He's the author and finisher of all things. So I want to thank you guys, and may God bless you.
Okay, talking about one of the songs that we want, there's two things I want us to go back to. Riga, you then worked with him.
Yes. So I worked with Riga on a song called Ring Finger. And that song was very interesting. So